Hello everybody, welcome back to Junk Heap Garage. Before I start talking about any projects, I got an autistic son. He's nonverbal, and it's been hard getting videos out real regular because in his circumstance, it's real hard. We live in a rural area, and it's real hard to find a doctor that'll take him without having to travel so far. And then they're on sporadic schedules. They can't do it this time, can't do it this time. But finally found one that's about like 2.5, 3 hours away that really specializes in these kids. So finally got all that straightened out. Now back to the little jet boat project thing. Finally got the carburetor intake and everything figured out, and the thing runs real good. Now my next deal is driving the jet pump for the Jetski portion that's going to go on the flat bottom. I built one years ago, never filmed it or nothing. But those jet skis, the motor is hooked straight to the pump. You know, no transmission, no shifting gears, nothing, just direct drive. And you had a flap that went over the nozzle, how they reversed. They had a flap that goes over the nozzle, and it's cable operated. You'd pull back on the lever, and this flap would come down over the nozzle and shoot water back up on the jet ski, and that's how it moved in reverse. Well, it seems what I'm working with now, it's got a transmission and a drive shaft. Got to do a little different. Those jet skis typically spin the pump at wide open throttle like 5,000-7,000 RPM, and this motorcycle just simply not going to get that. I done a Google search a little while ago, and that's a 5-speed transmission on that motorcycle, and it cruising RPM. The drive shaft's only spinning 2750. So that means somehow I got to double it at least to be able to get any kind of decent speed out of the boat. So then this comes into play. You know, this is where the wheel was hooked up. You know, see, there's a spline portion right here. And as y'all can see, this right here has got the spline male part that sits down in here. And this was all on the left-hand side of the bike. And see, this part right here slid up in the drive shaft housing, and this down here hooked up the gimbal joint by the output of the transmission. And I'm assuming there's some kind of ring and pinion set up in here. And so we're going to take, because I'm going to have this part to make this work. So we're going to take this apart and see what we got going on in here. Alright, get right here. Wrong one, of course. There we go, right there. Let me get this angle up a little bit better. Right here. Alright. I'm probably fixing to lose oil all over the place. Why is there always a couple oddballs? Explain that to me. 8 boats and 2 of them gonna be oddball. Alright. Let me see. This might separate right here. A little bit later. Good Lord, the factory loves silicone. Well, surely that's got to come apart. Well, I done got here and knocked the damn bushing out of it. I'm almost betting there's a snap ring or something. Y'all know about as much of this as I do, because I've never messed with none of this stuff. Well, maybe, maybe not. Yeah, knock that seal out. I don't see a snap ring or anything. Here we go. Well, just as I suspected. Ring and pinion, something similar to a pickup. Well, I'll make too much more of a terrible mess. Alright. See, there we go. Now, okay. Alright. Let's see how this is going to come apart. Y'all see this right here? This bolts up into that long tube that comes from the transmission, and this bearing retainer gets centered up in that tube, and I'll have to have this, but also this needs to come apart. So let me see what we got here. Right there. Let me grab a little impact. Get in here and take that little retainer out. Almost. That's that one. Could show y'all that before I take it apart. There's a little screw right in there that look like a lock ring. Take that out. All this crap's got to come out anyway. Well, okay. So we got look like a spanner nut. Somebody's gonna cringe. I know this is not the right wrench, but I'm gonna have to hit that and spin it. Many of us have done it. No big deal. Also not the proper tool to be using, but it'll work. Little weighted leveraging device. Okay. Yeah. Let's get serious. All right. In a bit. That comes out. Get that end on that. Looks like another nut. Alright, take this off. Okay. Something to hold it with. Probably needs to be better choice. Okay. That's out. I'll have to have that, like I was saying. Okay. Okay. Now, got this. I still like to get this apart. I don't think I need that pinion gear. But we'll see. Yeah. Okay. That shaft. That shaft. That went in there like that. That went up in the bike. I'll need some of it. See what we got here again. Try to knock this out. Finally. Okay. Little nut. That time's some new air cut. Okay. Got all this. Now I can spin it out with my fingers. There's that. Well, I might not. I'm probably going to have to do something different. What I was getting at, since this drive shaft's only going to turn, according to the book, like 2750 to 3000, and the input on the Jetski pump turning between 5 and 7, I was going to have to somehow put a sprocket on the end of this shaft. And put like a 3 or 4 inch pulley on here, coming from the motorcycle transmission down like 1.5 inch, 2 inch pulley on the jet pump drive. You know, to double the speed of the motor. But anyway, that's that. So I don't know. I'll figure something out. Right or wrong, I'll figure something out. All right. Anyway, one other thing, since I got to deal with the board all figured out, I'm gonna try to start getting videos out on a more regular basis. Either like Monday and Thursday, or Tuesday and Friday. So y'all stay tuned. Hope everybody likes what I'm doing. You want to see me do something different? Think I ought to do something different, or suggestions or anything? Don't feel bad. Put something in the comments. It gives me an idea. I don't know what y'all like to see if nobody says anything. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.